do a quick video. I always say quick. I really mean to go quick. But like I said, y'all think I'm playing. I'm gonna start uploading these videos. I'm not going to be going live. I just probably do that, spontaneously. Not all my videos. It's just easier. You just get on here and you just do what you got to do. Anyway, I just want to come on here real quick. I'm tired because, I'm exhausted. I was over my sister's house last night, and I left her house about 6 this morning. I went to the store, picked up some orange juice and some other things for breakfast, and I made some breakfast I made breakfast already, and then I'm gonna take me a shower after I get through with you all. But I wanted to do this because God He was just showing me something on the way coming home this morning. So, good morning, Jayla, and let me see who that is. Jayla and China, Chab, Chab, Ella 7, New Beginnings. Good morning, you all. Angel Corika, Casa Crooms, Veronica Moe. This is I think that this video is going to be good. I never say that, but I really do, because I got some amazing scriptures. Because I just got my Bible. I said, Lord, okay, I need some scriptures, and He gave me some good stuff. So instantly, like, I just sat down and He gave me some good stuff. So I really believe this video is going to be beautiful. So the video was derived from my experience this morning. So y'all know I don't like to drive like that. I live right here. The office is in the same, like maybe 10 minutes away. Everything is just right here, unless I have to go, over my sister's house or to the beauty school, whatever. But everything is right here. So I don't like to drive. I do have my CDL license, and I keep that updated because I don't let nothing expire. Once God give it to me, I'm keeping my stuff. So anyway, it did say like some percentage, small percentage of snow or whatever, and then the temperature was low. First of all, let me just stop and give honor to God. I give honor to God, who's the head of my life. I thank Him for being so faithful and so wonderful, so loving and so patient and kind and gentle. I thank Him for His grace and His, of course, His mercy and His tenderness. He's very tender, yet powerful. He's all power. And I just give Him the glory and honor, and I ask that He forgive me for all of my sins and have mercy upon me and my family and all of you all, and that His presence rule and reign. I finally got a chance to do my vision last night over my sister's house. It was about maybe, I don't know what time it was. It could have been maybe 1 a.m. or whatever. And I tell you, I got a vision for every area. I got a vision for my health and wellness, for my spiritual life, for my businesses, each individual business, for my each individual children, for Greg, for my family, for our ministry. Oh my goodness, I got that. I wrote that vision, honey. Financially, what I want to bring in for next year, and I focused on next year. I didn't focus on anything else. I just focused on next year. And what the Lord promised me, and this is what has to happen. This is what He promised me, and this is what has to happen. He got to His presence. He promised me His presence. Like my presence will be with you. My presence will be with you. He promised me His presence. If I mean, that's what, no exception, no exception. His presence. So and I put that in my vision, with the ministry, with everything. Your presence, just you. I want you there. Like everything you do. Like big events in your life, like major events in your life. Your spouse is there with you. That's how it is, Lord. Your presence, because these are your things, and of course there is no celebration without you. I refuse to have anything if the Lord is not there, having the ruling and reigning over it. But listen, y'all. So this morning, so when I left my sister's house, I opened up the door, and my wait a minute. Hello? Girl, she just she just didn't wake up. She just didn't wake up. She broke her foot. And she called me yesterday, and she said she was telling me how she broke her foot, and the doctor told her to stay off her foot. Her kids still wanted her to do everything, and she still was going to go to work. And then she just went to sleep and didn't wake up. Yeah, just devastating, girl. So, you on your way home? I don't know what happened. That's my sister. One of my workers, amazing workers, she passed. She passed. She called me yesterday. I didn't want to talk about that because I just want to stay focused on this. But just keep her family prayed up. Her mom passed not long ago, and she has some kids, but she has an 8-year-old. She has an 8-year-old baby. Jeanette, you on your way home? Okay, I'm doing a YouTube video. Be careful, because it's just be careful. I love you. Okay. Cover you with the blood of Jesus. She on her way home from work. That's my sister. Anyway, so when I opened up the door, my car had snow on it, and so I'm like, okay, God, just bless me. Then it was snowing. I'm like, Lord, please bless me. Because I don't want it, because you can see the ice, I can feel the ice on the ground. So I'm like, Lord, just keep me safe, because I gotta get on the highway, and it's still dark. So I gets on the highway, and then first of all, I'm driving. Thank God my sister's house is a clean, just straight to my exit. Like literally that's God. He's not making me take 3 and 4 highways, just straight from my house. Once I get on the highway, straight, and keep straight until I make a left and another right, and then I'm at my sister's house. That's Jesus, because he know all that extra stuff is too much for me. So I driving, you already imagine, because like an old lady, because I'm not terrified. I used to be terrified. I used to shake on the highway. Like when I first gave my life to Jesus, I would be shaking like, oh, Jesus, please, Jesus, like that, especially if it's raining. But I don't do that anymore. God has delivered me from that. But at the same time, I am very, 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 very cautious. Very. So I'm driving, and people, they normal. They don't care about the weather. So I'm driving, probably going I'm trying to go as fast as I can, as slow as I can, not to cause any trouble, on the road. So I get on the highway, and I'm going slow. I'm trying to go as close to 60 as I can, but I'm probably between 40, riding like 40 and a little bit above 40, just praying. And I'm just like, Jesus, just help me, Lord. Then when it seemed, then you could, to see the little icy parts, people still going straight. And I'm like, Jesus, please, please, Lord, protect me. Please, Lord, don't let nothing happen to me. I ain't got my eyes closed. I ain't crazy. I ain't brown. Okay. But I'm saying, I'm just crying. I'm just praying. And then finally a car that was behind me. Like that car was just riding slowly behind me on the highway. Finally that car couldn't take it no more. But I knew it was God. That person came from away from behind me and got in front of me. And guess what their license plate said? Save. SAVE. So I said, Lord, save me. Lord, save me. I just said, save me. Because you don't know what danger lies ahead. You know what I'm saying? So I said, save me, because it didn't say saved. It just said save. So I said, save me, Lord, honey. I sure did. And I started praying for my family. Lord, save us all. Not just, I was telling God to save me as in keep me safe from danger. But I also started praying, Lord, save all of us. Save my family. Save people that ain't saved. I just was praying. So I was nervous the whole time. Nervous. Finally, I started getting closer to, once I got in from St. Louis to St. Charles, I can see the nervousness calming down. Because guess what? I'm getting to my turf. I'm getting to my territory. See, I was raised in St. Louis, but I haven't lived over there. I haven't lived in St. Louis City, like St. Louis, since I moved from my mama house. I was 22. Then I moved in North County of St. Louis. So, and I moved away from over there in 2009. So I've been living out here in St. Charles and in Chesterfield. I only lived in Chesterfield for like 3 years, but I've been living in St. Charles County majority of my, since 2009, except for 3 years. And I started getting comfortable once I got to what I call my turf. Plus, they doing a lot of shooting over there now, over in that area. I mean, just shooting on the highway, just shooting people, like just cars actually fighting each other and shooting at each other. And one lady got killed, and then just a lot of violence, like right once I turn off my sister's street, boom, there the violence. And so, you just have, you just have to trust the Lord for real. I'm going somewhere with this. So, I gets to my exit, and woo, it was still snowing. It was still cold, but I was comfortable. It's like everything in me just calmed down. Like everything just calmed down. And then God spoke to me and said, I'm trying to see exactly what he said. I don't know exactly what he said, so I'm not finna lie on him. But what he was saying was, that's because you were out of your comfort zone. No, he said, no, that's because this is your comfort zone. And what he said was, trust me. Because here's the thing. We don't want to get out of our comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? We want to stay in the comfort zone, but the blessings are outside of your comfort zone. And what I mean by the blessings, I mean the extended blessings. You understand what I'm saying? Like me leaving here yesterday, my nephew texted me and he said, well, I had to go over my sister's house anyway. My nephew texted me. He said, Auntie, could you bring me some Taco Bell? And I said, yes, baby. And I texted him back. I said, yes, baby, I'm on my way. So I got up a little bit earlier, and about a few minutes, So I left here, got myself situated, covered Greg and the kids with the blood of Jesus, and they seen me off. And then I went and I stopped and got my baby his Taco Bell. And went over my sister's house. To leave here, then it's dark now. That's out of my comfort zone. It's out of my comfort zone. I mean, it really is. But if I would never went last night, I woke up yesterday morning. I know I look exhausted. I woke up yesterday morning, probably about 3 something. Plus, I really didn't sleep anyway because I was listening to the Bible I was listening to the Bible. So by the time I actually got up, it was 3 something. Spent time with God. And about 5 something, I was heading out here going to the office. So I didn't even go back to sleep. So I'm laying in the bed just saying, oh, Lord, I got to go to my sister's house. Oh, Lord. You know, all I have to do is call my sister and say, you know, I'm not coming, which I never do that. Probably had maybe one time where I wasn't able to go, but her twin, my other sister, lived right down the street, so she always got somebody to cover if she need them there. Which my nephew don't even need nobody there. But anyway, if I would never went over to my sister's house, I would never got that vision. I would never have got, because that's where God wanted me to be. That's where he wanted me to be. So the Lord, he took me out of my comfort zone. My comfort zone was at home in my bed. I like to be in the bed at least by 5, at least. Whether I'm asleep or not, I done took care of my kids. I done took care of business. I done took care of God. Everything is good. House is clean. I'm in the bed. God has been taking me out of my comfort zone so much lately. And it gets scary. And I'm going to say this, just like when I went to beauty school. When I went to meet my teacher, she was far away. I'm like, God, what is this? I say, I started getting discouraged. I almost wanted to say, I ain't going to do this. I don't want to do this. Because I don't want to drive all the way over to where she at to go to no beauty school. I already been in beauty school. So that devil was trying to talk me out of it. So I just told God, I said, God, I don't know what to do. I said, if I have to come all the way out here, just bless it to be at least once a week. But God fixed it to where I didn't even have to go to the school. I go to her house. God will make adjustments for us, of course, but he already know his plan. His plan is impeccable, and is an abundance of favor. It's just amazing. But out of your comfort zone. And the Lord showed me that this morning. Once I get in my comfort zone, I chills. I just was chilling, driving, snow and all, the little snow and the little, I was good. I'm still cautious, but I'm chilling. Everything in me calmed down. So that's what I want to talk to you today about. God is here it is. You know how, okay, let me see. Linda. Let me see. Veronica. Jayla. Tamara. That's God calling you out. So God, like, like a calling, like your calling, you might be a prophet, you might be a teacher, you might be a preacher, pastor, whatever, apostle. That's a call. God is calling you out of your comfort zone. You understand what I'm saying? You are used to doing it this way. That's what God dealt with me about balance yesterday. And when he dealt with me about balance, I just cried all the way to my sister's house yesterday. Besides, once I got the food from Taco, I stopped to get the food from Taco Bell, okay, for my baby, my nephew. I'm like, Lord, you keep, balance. What do you want? Show me, give me a plan. Show me how to balance. Show me what to do. Because I don't take what God say like I know something. No, God, I don't care. I need to know. What are you saying? Give me balance. Show me. So when God is giving me all these different things, I got to balance I got to balance this stuff. I can't be off balance. I can't do so much more over here and don't do nothing over here, or do everything over here and just a little bit over here. I do have to balance. And what God is calling me to balance is in every area of my life. So with that being said, God is taking you out of your comfort zone. He's calling you out. It's a call. So let's go. The first person that came to me was Naaman. Let's go to him real quick. And that's 2 Kings chapter 5. Now Naaman, commander of the army of the king of Syria, was a great and honorable man in the eyes of his master, because by him the Lord had given victory to Syria. He was also a mighty man of valor, but a leper. So had all these great things going on, but he had a weakness in this area. You understand what I'm saying? But God wanted to make him whole. See, that was one of my prayer. That was one of my on my vision, healthy and whole. And I'm talking about whole in every area of my life. Listen, but he was a leper, and the Syrians had gone out on raids and had brought back captive a young girl from the land of Israel. She waited on Naaman's wife. See how God will bring. He will bring to you whatever you need. So that girl was taken into slavery. And the Syrians had gone out on raids and had brought back captive. So this young Israelite girl she was in captivity, but it was for a purpose. I'm trying to tell you something. Sometimes you don't want to go do this. Sometimes you don't want to go do that, but it's for a purpose. This girl was brought back in captivity. She wound up serving. She waited on Naaman's wife. Then she said to her mistress, "If only my master were with the prophets who is in Samaria, for he would heal him of his leprosy." So everybody else see that Naaman he's a leper, but they ain't even dealing with it, because ain't nothing they can do. This man is a man of valor. God is with this man. This man is what he do. He's anointed at it. He's great at it, right? But he's a leper. But we that's okay, because in the biblical days when people had that disease of leprosy, they was outcast. They couldn't even be in the camp. But because of this man gifted, God placed him there. And when God placed you there, despite your limitations, can't nobody remove you, baby. Can't nobody remove you when God has ordained for you to be there. When God has ordained for you to be somewhere, can't nobody stop you. Nobody. So anyway, and Naaman went in and told his master, saying, "Thus and thus said the girl who is from the land of Israel." Then the king of Syria said, "Go now, and I will send you a letter to the king of Israel." So he departed and took with him 10 talents of silver, 6,000 shekels of gold, and 10 changes of clothing. Then he brought the letter to the king of Israel, which said, "Now be advised when this letter comes to you, that I have sent Naaman my servant to you, that you may heal him of his leprosy." And it happened, when the king of Israel read the letter, that he tore his clothing and said, "Am I God to kill and make alive, that this man sends a man to me to heal him of his leprosy? Therefore, please consider and see how he seeks a quarrel with me." So because the man wasn't spiritual, the king of Israel wasn't spiritual. He wasn't, because he thinking this man trying to pick a fight with him. That's what he just said. So he wasn't even spiritual enough to discern what was happening. See, God wanted to get the glory off Naaman's life, and so we can have his example today. You understand? Everything that we have in this Bible, God wanted us to have all this compilation. It was ordained for all these stories and situations to happen. Of course, we don't have everything that happened, because even the Bible says that Jesus, he did so many miracles that a book can't even contain them. So we don't have everything, but God, he's compiled what we needed in this right here in the Bible. So Naaman was set up because God wanted to make him whole. You understand? And So it was when Elisha, the man of God, heard that the king of Israel had torn his clothes, that he sent to the king saying, "Why have you torn your clothes? Please let him come to me, and he shall know that there is a prophet in Israel." All God wants to do is let people know that there's a God who loves them and who saves them. He want the people to turn their hearts back to him. Listen, God heals for his glory. God blesses for his glory. God saves for his glory. God protects for his glory. That's why when I pray, I used to always pray this prayer. And I got to get back to praying it. Lord, for your name's sake, I need you to do this. Lord, for your name's sake, heal this or do that. For your name's sake, not even for my name's sake, for your name's sake, oh Lord. So anyway, then Naaman went with the horses and chariots, and he stood at the door of Elijah's house. And Elijah sent a messenger to him saying, this is what I'm talking about, out of your comfort zone. Go and wash in the Jordan 7 times, and your flesh shall be restored to you, and you shall be clean. Now, I went to the Jordan. I got rebaptized in the Jordan. And the part that I got baptized in, if I'm not mistaken, I'm quite sure it's this area. I'm not sure. But it was muddy. This area was muddy. This water was muddy. But I ain't care if it was putty, ruddy, cutty, huddy. I was getting in that water, honey. Baptize me in the Jordan, okay? I ain't care what that water was. I got a picture on my Instagram and on my Facebook page when I went to Israel, and that water is dirty. But honey, I don't care. So yeah, push me back up in that water, Lord, and baptize me again in Israel. I don't care, okay? Anyway, he told him, he said, go and wash in the Jordan 7 times, and your flesh shall be restored to you, and you shall be clean. Listen, but Naaman became furious. See, Naaman was too prideful to do something. He was too comfortable in his position to do something that was out of his comfort zone. Wait a minute, you want me to go get in some dirty water with Naaman? You already dirty. How's that gonna hurt you? You a leopard. So, Joy, you 48 and some weeks old. You lived in St. Louis City. You was raised, so you lived in the hood of the hood for 22 years. Now you scared. Now you get over there. You don't even know what you don't know what you act like you in Africa or another country. You in the hood that you grew up in. You shaking. I mean, you acting like God got you going to New York, somewhere you never been. You see what I'm saying? Out of my comfort zone. I don't want to be out of my comfort zone. But that's where your blessings are. That's where the new you, that's where you are. That's where your promotion is. That's where God wants you. So Naaman said, he was mad. Like, God, I gotta keep driving over here. I gotta keep doing this. I gotta keep doing that. I got always just fussing and mad because God got you doing something out of your comfort zone. So I'm shaking. Oh no, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep doing this. Please don't let me die today. Just pathetic. Literally. But thank God he see it as mercy and grace. And I'm just being real. God take me out of my comfort zone. I don't like it. And then when it lasts too long, I'm fussing. Naaman was furious and went away and said, indeed, I said to myself, he will surely come out to me and stand and call on the name of the Lord his God and wave his hand over the place and heal the leprosy. See, Naaman, 2 Kings 5 verse 11, he had a vision of how he thought he was going to get healed. I thought that he would surely. See, he had a vision of how he thought that God was going to do this. So we got to stop thinking we know how God is going to do this. No, we don't know anything, but you got to be in position to hear him and obey him. So in order to get where you're going, you got to get out your comfort zone. You ain't going to be just stuck in your little neighborhood all the time. You ain't going to be stuck doing your same routine all the time. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta be ready to be stretched, to be uncomfortable. That's what birthing is. That's what new beginnings, that's what it is. You're going to go through things that you don't like. Change. In order to, you like the new house. You love the new house. But now you got to pack. Now you got to get everything together. Now either y'all gonna move or you got to hire a moving company. It's the process to transfer from the old house to the new house. Work that we don't normally do. We don't normally have to go get boxes, pack stuff up, and you know how it is when you move in somewhere, you wind up getting so much more stuff than you had. Going through this stuff, seeing what you're gonna keep. It's work. It's taking you out of your comfort zone before you get to that new house. So you're gonna have to remember, I told y'all the middle part is the process. So anyway, not the Abner and the Pharpar, the rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Israel. So he comparing the other rivers to Israel. I won't take this back. I don't care what nobody say. Ain't no waters better than Israel. I don't care what nobody say. I know I ain't been to no beaches and all that stuff. I did go to the beach. I think it's called the Salt something in Israel. But I'm saying just because God, I know God is everywhere, but that's where he chose to come down here in the form of Jesus, and so Israel, Jerusalem, ain't no water better than Israel. I don't care how dirty it is. And then on top of that, wherever God is, I want to be. I don't care if he on the highway where I'm driving home and it's snowing out there, people going fast. I got to pray that I don't get killed. God is right there with me to show me a license plate in the dark that says save. I mean, it don't matter if I have to go over my sister's house and sit on that couch. My back hurt me so bad. And I'm, sitting up, all night watching Netflix, tired or whatever. And then he give you a vision. Then he'll speak to you. So it don't matter what you got to do, long as he's there. Long as he's there. You understand? No matter what you got to go through. Because those moments out of your comfort zone is God stretching you. God got you praying. That makes you pray more because you're scared. You're scared. I know I'm scared, baby. Yes. Send me to out of my comfort zone. Going to St. Louis, the city, all that stuff. I'll go. God protects me. But I'll be scared. But I mean, you won't know it. I pray, Lord, please protect me. Please, Lord, watch over my family. Please, But I'm saying, when God take you out your comfort zone, it makes you pray. It makes you alert. It makes you all these things that push you in God's face because you don't know. It's the unknown. You don't know what will happen. You don't know what can happen. Could I not wash in them and be clean? So he turned and went away in rage. He almost missed his blessing because he was asked to do something he didn't want to do. Wait a minute, y'all. This is my brother. Hey, Rob. Yeah, doing a YouTube. What's up? Okay, I'll call you right back because yeah, let me finish this up and I'll call you right back. Okay, babe. Okay, that's anyway. So yeah, I answered on certain people that don't normally call me, see what's going on. But he walked away and he was enraged. He was enraged because the man of God, but it was direction from the Lord, asked him to do something that was beneath him. Now, when I went to Israel, they all the Jordan wasn't dirty water. Jordan is a long river. They had beautiful springs of water in certain areas. But where we got baptized at, the water was like mud. So I can understand what he's talking about, but I can't understand how you gonna get mad because God asked you to, because you was asked to go out of your comfort zone. So anyway, and the servant came near him and spoke to him and said, my father is the prophet. My father, the prophet. Wait, he said, and his servant came near and spoke to him and said, my father, if the prophet had told you to do something great, would you not have done it? How much more then if he says to you, wash and be clean? So he went down. See how the Lord would take somebody that's humble to make you see. So he went down and dipped 7 times in the Jordan, according to the sayings of the man of God, and his flesh was restored in the like of the flesh of a little child. So God restored this man so like a child, restored his youth, and he was clean. And he returned to the man of God, he and all his aides, and came and stood before him. And he said, indeed, now I know that there is a God in all the earth, there's not a God in all the earth except in Israel. Now, therefore, please take a gift from your servant. But he said, as the Lord lives, before whom I stand, I will not receive nothing. And he urged him to take, but he refused. And then it goes into Gehazi's greed, because Gehazi was greedy. That was Elijah's servant. He wanted him to take that money. He didn't want to take none gift from the man. And that's when Gehazi got in trouble, because he went behind his back and wanted the gift. And that was the end of his mess. But you see what I'm saying? God had him out of his comfort zone for his healing. Is God telling you to do something that's uncomfortable to heal you, but you don't want to do it? Is God telling you to do the Daniel fast? Is God telling whatever what is he telling you to do for your healing? And I just was talking about the healing because that was talking about healing. Now I wrote down some other things just now. I'm not going to read all the ones. I'm not going to go to the scriptures. But then you got Acts, in the book of Acts, when God told Peter to go to Cornelius' house because he prayed and he fasted and he gave alms, and his alms went up to God. So God was sending Peter to the Gentile so that he can get saved. Peter looked at God and said, I'm just paraphrasing. I don't associate with unclean meat. I don't eat unclean meat. I don't eat. So basically what he was saying is, I don't touch nothing that's unclean. So he didn't want to go to the Gentiles. See, Peter did not want to get out of his comfort zone. He was comfortable with ministering to the Israelites. He was comfortable with ministering to the people the Jews. He didn't want to go to the Gentiles, but that was his mission. That was his mission. That's what took him out of his comfort zone. You understand? God is calling you out of your comfort zone, not for you, to save many alive. This is not just about you. Okay. Then you go to Jonah. God told Jonah, listen, I want you to go to Nineveh. I need you to preach to those people because They need to be delivered. Jonah looked at God and said, "Oh, never, not today. Not today." Because the people of Nineveh was against the Israelites. That was like, no. But guess what? It took Jonah. All God wanted Jonah to do was to get out of his comfort zone and go and minister to these people. But he didn't do it God's way. So he wound up in the whale's belly. Even though it all worked prophetically, because it symbolizes Jesus being down in the grave, down in the abyss, going down for 3 days. And somebody said something on how I just deleted her and blocked her about Jesus didn't go to the hell. You better read your word. You better read your word, baby. God had to go. God had to read your word. Google it. So hell is like a pathway, but the ultimate death is the lake of fire. Y'all better get. It don't matter. Whatever. But anyway, so what I'm saying is, Jonah had to go through extra, being extremely uncomfortable because he wouldn't obey God, and the little basic being uncomfortable. Then you got Abraham. Let's go to Abraham. Let's go to Genesis real quick. Listen to this. Let's go to Genesis first, and then I want to talk about Gideon, then I'm gonna wind this up. Look at Abraham. I think about Lot's wife. And Lot and them. God told God said, "Don't look back." She was comfortable in Sodom and Gomorrah. She was comfortable. She wanted to stay in her comfort zone. She didn't want to go. So she looked back and turned into a pillar of salt. See, here's the thing. If you don't get up and go, you're going to be paralyzed. And what I mean by that is you're going to be stuck. Thank you so much, Daphne. I love you. God bless you. You're going to be stuck. If you don't do what God tells you to do, which is God is calling you out of your comfort zone, he's asking you to do stuff that's uncomfortable. He's asking you to do stuff that's uncomfortable. I remember my cousin sent me a text. My cousin, he don't even answer his phone. You can call him 55,000 times. He won't answer. All of a sudden, one day I woke up, turned on my phone. He was on my text. I ain't talked to him. Only time I see my cousin is at funerals. God bless you, Che B. I love you. God bless you. And he on my phone telling me his car is $33,000 and some dollars that needs to be fixed. He got half of it. Could I give him the other half? I told him I did not have it because I didn't. We had just gave money to help my mama finish her roof, to get her roof fixed, redone or something. And I told him I did not have it. And then I went back and gave it to him that I did not have. And he said, "I'll borrow, I'll pay you back every week until I pay you back. I don't want nobody. I don't want you struggling, trying to pay me back." That's with anybody. So I said, okay. I'll give it to you. This all through text. Finally, I sat in that bed. I said, I told Greg about it. And so I told Greg, I'm going to go on and give it to him. And Greg said, "That's fine. Yeah, that's family." So I laid in that bed because I always tell people, just keep it. And for some reason, I didn't. I don't know what it was, but I knew I was going to tell him just keep it. But to say that out of my mouth, cousin, first I had to call him 50 times for him to answer that phone. Well, about 8-10 times, because he was at work, to answer that phone to tell him, come and get it, and I'll you don't have to pay me back. I laid in that bed and I cried like a baby. I don't know what I felt like. I kind of felt like I was being used. But then I knew I had to release that. Like, don't get it back. And then come to find out that car still ain't fixed. Like, that car still just sitting there. So he just did whatever he wanted to do with that money. That's on him. But the point is, that could have been the seed for that Lexus that I have. Because for some, I don't know, it was something in me. It was like once I released that I have no problem with releasing money and having nobody got to pay me back. So what was that? Something happened that day because I cried like a baby and I said, God, I don't even want it back. I release it. But I release everything I give. So what was something about that day? You never know what seed that was planted for. So Genesis chapter 12, Abraham. Now the Lord has said to Abraham, get out of your country, from your family and from your father's house to a land that I will show you. I will make you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. And I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse him who curse you. And in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed. God told April, leave everything you know. Get out your comfort zone. Leave your family. You understand? You see what I'm saying? But then this is what I'll do for you if you leave your family. He didn't know where he was going. I will make he didn't have Navigator. He didn't have maps, Google Maps. He didn't know where he was going. He couldn't put an address in. But God said, if you do this, I will make I will make you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse him who curse you. And in you, all the families of the earth shall be blessed. Look at that. Look at what happens when you get out your comfort zone. Then let's go to his son, Isaac. I'm going to go to Isaac. And that's, let me see. Listen to this. And let me see. That's, okay, listen. Let's see what time it is. Let me see. Listen, y'all. Genesis 26, there was a famine in the land besides the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went to Abimelech, king of the Philistines, in Gerar. Then the Lord appeared to him and said, do not go down to Egypt. Live in the land of which I shall tell you. Dwell in this land. So he was telling him, don't leave. I want you to stay right here in this mess. Stay right here in this famine. Stay right here in this mess. Now you tell me that God will make you do something that you don't want to do. He was ready to bounce. God said, no, you stay right here. Dwell in this land and I will be with you and bless you. For to you and to your descendants, I give all these lands. Sometimes God will send you where you don't want to go, but God needs you to mark your territory. God needs you to mark your territory. You understand what I'm saying? So he said, and I will perform the oath which I swore to Abraham, your father. And oh my goodness, then let's go to this verse over here. Let's skip over to verse 12. Then Isaac sowed in that land and reaped in the same year 100-fold. And the Lord blessed him. The man began to prosper and continue prospering. The man began to prosper and continue prospering until he became very prosperous. And then, of course, it says how the people envied him. See what I'm saying? Because he obeyed God. God pulled him out of his comfort zone. No, I don't want you to go where you want to go. I want you to be where I want you to be, in an uncomfortable place. Because if you do what I say, and I'm going to bless you. Stay with me. joy, no matter what you go through, no matter how many places you get you how many times you get kicked out, no matter how many times you're homeless, no matter how many times they repo your vehicles, you stay with me. You keep going to church like I tell you to. God ain't never told me not to go to a building. He never tell me don't go to church. I don't know what these people just don't want people to go to church. Now, if God ain't got you in the church home right now, that's between you and God. But I'm not finna preach against going. Come on. He never told me not to tithe. I'm talking about me and him. He never told me, no matter, I tithe, I went to church, but nothing happened. He just told me to stay with him until one day. Then when the harvest came up, then the harvest continuously come up. So what I said that to say, no matter what you go through, you got to stay with God. You got to stay with him. You got to go through uncomfortable places. People don't want to go through uncomfortable situations. Sometimes you got to stay in a hotel. I don't want to go over to your daughter's house and sleep on her floor. You and Greg and these kids. A 1-bedroom, 6 of you all. Okay, first of all, what if and then it was a lady downstairs, a black lady. Sorry to all my black people, okay? First of all, she was picking on my daughter and I didn't know it. She would get mad because my daughter worked 2 jobs. I didn't even know that my daughter was driving home, going to sleep because she was so tired, because she didn't ever tell me. And that's why the Lord said, go over there and help your daughter, because my God didn't want my baby going through all that. I was already homeless. You living in a hotel, you may as well go over and help her pay them bills. So she brought her, first of all, I left to go to work. I worked overnights. Greg was at work because at that time he worked second shift. But, we wasn't married at that time. But, we was still, all of us was homeless together. And I'm at the gym on my way to my night shift job. And this was during the time with this happened in 2015 when, these police was just killing black people and doing all this foolishness. And no disrespect to no police, but I don't care who you are, wicked and evil people, stay away from me and my family. I don't care who that evil spirit is inside of, stay away from me and my family. Simple as that. Anyway, my daughter called me and said the police, I'm talking about not my oldest daughter because she was at work, my baby. So Sai was there. Sai she was just entering college. So she had to be what? Maybe 18. Then Joseph, 5 years younger than her, then Greg, 3 years younger than him. So my kids up there in that apartment, and I'm at the gym right around the corner on my way to work after I left the gym. And my daughter called me and said the police just left. Where the lady downstairs called the police talking about it's a lot of people upstairs. My kids are laying down. Ain't nobody even moving. She just was evil. And I just cried like a baby that black woman would call the police on my kids and they there by themselves. And I got 2 black boys in that house at that time. And they didn't even do nothing. And number 2, the police is the one who told us she called. God whooped her butt so bad, she come knocking on the door trying to be my friend. I went to the show with her just trying to be nice to her. She was trying to be nice to me, trying to make me her best friend after she did that because God whooped her butt and she told me she loved Jesus. You calling the police for what? And you picking on my daughter because she get off of work and she turn on her wash machine at 9 o'clock when she get home or 10 o'clock. She just was evil. But, I never said anything disrespectful to her. But I had to go over my daughter's house and sleep on that floor, me and my kids. It was humiliating, but it was amazing once I came out of that uncomfort zone. It changed my life forever. But when God told me to do it, when he told me to do a 40-day liquid fast and then go over my daughter's house, I couldn't believe he would do that to me. Like, then sometimes when I have to go, like, You got to drive different places to go to preach or do this and do that. I just, I was just overwhelmed. It just all felt like punishment, like I sinned so great, and it's just, but it was God pulling me out of my comfort zone, and it now, since I'm out of that, it's amazing. It's amazing. So Isaac got so blessed, and let me go to the last person, and then I'm gonna get off of here. I want to go to Gideon, Judges chapter 6. Now the angel of the Lord came and sat under the terebinth tree, which was in Ophrah, which belonged to Joaz the Abiezrite, while the son of Gideon threshed wheat in the winepress in order to hide it from the Midianites. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him and said to him, "The Lord is with you, you mighty man of valor." Gideon said to him, "Oh, my Lord, if the Lord is with us, why then has all this happened to us? And where are the miracles?" Have you ever asked God that? Where are his miracles, which our fathers told us about, saying, "Did not the Lord bring us up from Egypt? But now the Lord has forsaken us and delivered us into the hands of Midianites." Yeah, Gideon, you forgot something. Your sin got you into captivity. See, people don't want to talk about that. God told you, "I'm gonna bless you," but he also said slavery, you will be in captivity. Slavery, you will be in captivity because if you do these things, if you sin against me. So y'all just ain't in captivity for nothing, Gideon. No disrespect to the man of God. I'm just saying. See, we look at the trouble, and we look at the consequences, but we don't look at what we did to bring on the consequences. But anyway, that's why they were in captivity. Read Judges. You can even read chapter 6 right before. You can read the beginning of chapter 6. Anyway, then the Lord turned to him and said, now listen what he told him to do. Go in the might of yours. Go in this might of yours. And God used to tell me that all the time. I'm talking about, I say, what might? I couldn't even think straight. This right here, God would give me this all the time. And I'm like, what you mean? What might? I don't know what you're saying. I can't even think straight. What might do I have? I'm depressed. I'm pathetic. I'm lazy. I didn't name those things, but I was so depressed. I had no might. I didn't have no focus. I just was sad and mad off and on because why you keep doing this to me, God? Why you keep putting me and my family in these situations? Listen, then the Lord turned to him, this verse 14, and said, go in this might of yours, and you shall save. So God saves me so I can go out and save others. That's my job. God ain't gonna let me die. He got a mission for me. So the devil said, are you gonna die? Like if I'm on that highway, I'm thinking, oh, I just can't wait to see myself at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I made it home. And every time I make it home. But the devil won't. Anyway, you shall save Israel from the hand of the Midianites. Have I not sent you? So he said to him, oh, Lord, how can I save Israel? Indeed, my clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the least in my father's house. And the Lord said to him, surely I will be with you, and you shall defeat the Midianites as one man. When God used to give me that, I used to be like, God, but you know what? That spirit of that Midianite, them devils, them Amalekites and them Midianites, baby, they attack you from behind. They try to catch you when you, I'm telling you, that spirit will try to sabotage you. They try to catch you when you ain't looking. They try to, you know how somebody catch you off guard? Come out of nowhere, they be hiding around the corner waiting to catch you. Baby, you better know what you're dealing with. Then he said, If now I have found favor in your sight, then show me a sign that this is you who talked to me. Then you can go on and read what God said, and that's Judges chapter 6, verses 11, all the way down to 24. And you can keep reading, read past 24 and 25, because that's when Gideon finally finally stepped out of his comfort zone. He went and got all them men, and God took it down to 300. Because now I ain't finna put all. Then y'all will get the glory. It's not in numbers. It's in the presence of God. That's just simple as that. You don't have to count how many members you got. You don't have to count nothing. It's in the presence of God. Anyway, then you got one more person, which is Noah. The Bible said that Noah found grace in the sight of God. Noah had to come out of his comfort zone to build an ark that he didn't know nothing about. He never heard before. You want me to build this big old ark, and then you telling me put in animals? I ain't Adam, God. Adam was created fearless, just like we was created fearless. But because of sin, that fear came in. So Noah had to go and get two. He had to go and get a female and male, one of each, if I'm not mistaken, or two of each, whatever. You can Google it. He had to go get one of. He had to go get all the species. All one. I think it maybe was one male and one female of each animal, I believe. Or it could have been two of each, but I think it was, I don't know. I'm not sure. So don't quote me. I can go look in Genesis and see, but I'm not finna do that. Man, imagine him building this big old ark. It had to be huge to fit all these animals, elephants and giraffes and all these animals inside this bear. You know what I'm saying? All these animals with him and his little family, 8 of them inside this big old ark. Took him all the way out of his comfort zone. But that comfort zone, that being out of his comfort zone, saved his life and his family's life. And look at it. And because of that, we are here today. God could have destroyed all of them and we would have been gone. None of us would never even be here. So, what is God telling you to do that could be so powerful that it could save the world? God, give me, I was asking God this last night. I asked him that before. Give me an idea. Something, I want to do something technical, like something with technology. Give me an idea that'll change the world. I mean, I'm serious about this. What is God telling you to do to get out your comfort zone? What if I'm going to beauty school? I'm getting my instructor's license. Gonna open up beauty school. What if God give me all that, create the hair growth, for real kind of hair growth, chemical, or give me some products that's really from God, I'm just talking about that. I ain't talking about the technology that I'm asking him to give me an idea. I'm talking about, I don't know what he's going to do with this. I don't know how this is going to branch out. But the point is, you taking me out of my comfort zone in the midst of another outer experience of another outer comfort zone, out of my comfort zone. So you got me doing these things within this out of my comfort zone experience. Now you want me to start something else out of my comfort zone experience. Now you're giving me because you got me, and whoever else that has lollygagged, procrastinated, been lazy, crying about you ain't got nothing, God ain't using you. What's wrong with me? I know I'm gifted, but you ain't doing nothing with it. You scared, won't get up, won't do nothing. People like I was. He got to redeem your time. So all that time you wasted, Joy, come on, get it together. Now you ready? Balance this thing on out and do what you got to do. So with that being said, and I know I said a mouthful, I'm gonna check my Bible, and I pray that it bless you. You just gotta. I say this. I don't talk like this. I don't even think about this, but I feel like that when I get on here with you all. You gotta bust a move. What you thought? If you want your water turned into wine, what I'm saying is, if you want your miracle, then you got to do what Jesus said to do. God told me to fast, but that ain't all he told me to do. Once I fast, he give me instructions with how to take this, to do that. I'm talking about when I was homeless. Okay, this is what I want you to do. Go meet with this girl. She, I didn't know she was gonna give me a keys to my place and take me to Israel and pay for my plane ticket and oh my goodness, I can't explain that experience. I faced every fear that I was so afraid of, and I lived. That's the thing. All that stuff the devil said was gonna kill me, I faced it all. Even the cats, I faced everything, and I'm still here. See, the lies of the devil. When God is with you, you gonna be okay. He taking you out your comfort zone. So I'm gonna leave you with this, and then I'm getting up off here because I'm finna do what. Listen, what is God telling you to do that's uncomfortable for you? If you hurt somebody, or even if you whatever, you go apologize, forgive people. Sometimes just forgiveness is the key, but no, forgiveness is the main key. If you mad at somebody hurt you, forgive them. You ain't going nowhere with unforgiveness. So that's all. Let's just stay focused. Let's stay balanced. I'm talking to myself. I gotta stay focused. I gotta stay balanced, because that's what God is telling me. And today he said, trust. He said, trust me. He sure did. So that means I'm gonna hold God's hand, and I'm walking into the unknown. And wherever he take me, I will follow. You know what I'm saying? I'm right there with you. So, and I put in a thing this morning. You're not by yourself. God is with you. So even when you go to your uncomfortable places, go through your uncomfortable places, kids acting up, your marriage ain't right, your money funny. Who want to be in some money funny situations or whatever it is? But them places, those are beautiful places, because God is there. He's trying to show you that I can do this for you without doing it the way you used to me doing it. Like I told y'all, let me say this real quick. Remember, I borrowed $300 from my daddy. This was in 2002. And the reason why I know it was 2002, because that's the year my daddy passed. And so I called my daddy. And I was saved because I got saved in 1998. So I was already saved. And I was serving God. From the moment he saved me, I was all in, But I was struggling all the time financially. So I was working, I had temporary jobs, and Greg was working, then I didn't know that I was pregnant with Joseph. I probably did know, because I told my daddy, I said, Daddy, because I was gonna name Joseph Greg after his daddy. And the Lord showed me in a dream. He said his name is Joseph Emmanuel. And so, my daddy named Joseph. So I told my daddy, I said, Daddy, I'm naming my baby Joseph. And so I asked my daddy, this was, I guess it was around income tax time when I asked my daddy if he can lend me $300 and I'll pay him back as soon as my income tax came. Well, me and Greg's income tax came. And my daddy, and he said, okay, baby. And so I was mad at God. I was so mad at God because I said, you promised to take care of us. I said, you promised to provide for us. I said, but every time I turn around, I'm begging, I'm borrowing. No, I told God, I said, you said we the lenders, not the borrowers. I said, why do I always have to borrow? I was so mad at God because I said, I don't even have, I just was like, I'm borrowing money, and then when I get it, I gotta pay it back. I thought you said you would provide for us. So it was just me. I dropped my kids off over my mama house, and I was going to work, and I was just mad at God. Because I'm like, you not providing if I gotta keep borrowing. And the Lord spoke to me and said, you're not gonna have to pay it back. And I said, whatever. That's exactly what I said to God. Then I told him I was sorry because I was being very, talking back to him. I was just mad. So the check delayed. It was a state check, and my check was supposed to be $300, and it was delayed for no reason. So I told my daddy, I say, Daddy, I say, the check didn't come yet. I say, so please forgive me. I say, but as soon as it get here, Daddy, I'm gonna give it to you. He said, okay, baby. And so my daddy died. And the day my daddy funeral, his burial, I came home and I opened my mailbox, and there that check was. I was so mad. And the Lord spoke to me and said, I told you weren't going to have to pay it back. Oh my goodness, I couldn't believe he did that to me. I want my daddy. I don't want no $300. And then I sowed a seed before my daddy died. I sowed a seed for his life. I said, God, I'm going to plant $1,000 seed. Please say heal my daddy. Because he went and had a surgery, and they messed up my daddy, and that's what happened. And I said, Lord, I'm planting $1,000 seed, but I only got 50. I said, I'm gonna pay this off. The day of my daddy's, the same day, I got a knock on my door. And she gave me $1,000 check. She said, God told me to get this to you. And the Lord told me, here's your money back. I got your daddy. But the good news is when I got saved, my daddy got saved. My daddy got saved. And God showed me in the dream my daddy was with him. So my daddy is saved. He with Jesus. So all of that stuff I went through, all that uncomfortable. I mean, it was just horrible. But it was the best things that could have ever happened to me because it made me who I am today. It gave me a trust And I know who God is. There is no way you can make me think God is not real, because I have experienced him. I experienced him in ways that only my situations and circumstances and being pulled out of my comfort zone. You know, now the Bible tells us don't cry when they leave, cry when they come, because he know what hell is people got to go through. But it still hurt when people die. It do, because we wasn't meant to die. But if we live right, we can live. You're gonna live. You're gonna live no matter what for eternity. But it's gonna either be with God or in the lake of fire. But you're gonna live. You're gonna live eternally regardless. But I want to live with God. I want to live again with the Lord. I don't want to go to hell. So thank y'all for listening to me. I am going to get off of here, and I'll see you all. I love y'all. Don't forget go to the community board. It's just go on my YouTube page, and where it say community, click on it. Show you our fasting schedule. We got 2 of them, one for the young people, then one for, everybody. But even the young people can come on the other one. Leave your prayer requests, because I'll be praying over those prayer requests. And we're going to let the Lord have his way. So I love y'all so much. It says some people dream of success while others wake up and work hard at it. And that's just a little journal I got. You gotta do something. Ain't nothing coming to a dreamer but a dream. But if you want that dream to be manifested, you gotta do what God say. You gotta build your art. So I love y'all. Have a beautiful day. God bless.